So that means that you are renting attention on every surface, hoping someone is serious. That's not discovery. That's more like a rent seeking. So when I say rent seeking means you are renting your own name from Google.
What do you think is the future of Google search after the protocols like AdMesh come into existence?
AI won't replace developers, but definitely developers using AI will be replacing those who don't.
So today we have the co-founder and CEO of AdMesh with us, Manikumar Gouni, all the way from New York, sitting here, and he's someone who's passionate about creating products that move faster than the market, which we will be learning in this podcast today. So first of all, thank you so much, Mani, for being on the show. How are you doing?
Yeah, thank you, Mohammed. First of all, I would like to thank you for having me. And yeah, I'm Manikumar Gouni, co-founder and CEO of AdMesh, and I came from a small village in Andhra Pradesh, India. I began my career as a software developer, and I worked in India for a few years before moving to US for doing my masters. After
Mhm.
completing my masters, I co-founded a startup called 99 Ads, a fashion tech company where every fashion professional or a fashion business can join and provide their services to each other.
Mhm.
I'm currently living near New York City, and New York is one of the top global hubs for startups and especially for fintech, fashion, and media. And honestly, being in New York just makes things move faster. And as a
Mhm.
founder, it's all about momentum, and NYC has plenty of it. Uh, so I can meet investors, partners, or even like customers just by walking few blocks there. And
Mhm.
there is always something happening in New York City. So events, intros, breakfast, etc., etc. And that is really exciting. Yeah.
Sound interesting. So let's dive into your life and the concept of ad mesh now. But before that,
Mhm.
I would just like to to get our audience a clear overview of where do you come from the I'm talking about the technical aspect.
Mm.
So as I went through your LinkedIn profile, so you have been into very various job roles, specifically in Java, and you also, as you told, you also co-founded startups, and I saw that you co-founded many startups before AdMesh, right? So I would like you to walk us through that experience and how that shaped your career.
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah. So it's all started when I was in high school, maybe around sixth or seventh standard. And
Mm-hmm.
I studied in a public government high school in Andhra Pradesh. And that was the first time we got introduced a computer. So
Okay.
I was really fascinated by like how the computer works. And it was fun to learn how to use the computer that time. So although I wanted to learn more about it, but we had very limited resources that time. And sometimes I was very curious that I used to disassemble older phones, remotes, and Walkman. And also I was only like able to disassemble, but not able to assemble again. But because I have no idea what I did. So yeah, this curiosity made me to study computer science in my college. And I learned basics of programming and C language in our first year of college. Later, we got introduced Java, and
Mhm.
I always had a soft corner for Java because it was the first language I loved to learn. And using Java, I started developing Android apps using Android Studio. So one app I can remember more is WhatsApp stickers app for Android phones. So we were the one of the early apps that posted WhatsApp meme stickers in our local language Telugu.
Mhm.
And we when we published, we got around 1,000 downloads within a week. And but unfortunately, we got a strike by WhatsApp and Google, and
Okay.
Google removed our app because our stickers logo looks like WhatsApp logo. And then
Mhm.
we uploaded we uploaded it again, and but we couldn't get the reach we wanted later on. And after that, I got an internship opportunity with an early US startup. Was co-founded by Vishnu Munagapati and Brinal Kapoor, and uh, I worked with them for 10 months while studying my third year of college there. And later that, after that, I co-founded a startup called CK Sponsor, where you can post
Mm-hmm.
the event to find the sponsors for your event. And it's more like
Mm-hmm.
Tinder for event sponsors. And we did a few events, and one of the notable was IIT Tirupati College Festival event. And after I completed my college, I co-founded another startup called Paylift, which is a carpooling app. Eventually, it didn't go well, and then I worked in India for a few years and moved to US to study masters.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Interesting, interesting. So this whole journey sounds like a movie scenario where you hustle to build something and then get striked by the original owners of that platform, and then you eventually
yeah,
scale up to things. Okay,
exactly, exactly.
sounds interesting. So let's head towards AdMesh. I think I found the concept of AdMesh very interesting when I read about it. When I went through the website of AdMesh, I found it very interesting, and I just want you to tell our audience and our viewers what exactly is AdMesh, and what are the core objectives that you are focusing on through AdMesh.
Yeah. Yeah, AdMesh is an AI native ad network and a monetization protocol to let brands like you to promote their products inside AI applications. And
Okay.
these AI applications recommend tools or products by monetizing the user intent behind the query. And optionally, the user also receives rewards for taking that action or showing the intent. So here comes the great questions: why we need this? So people are moving from traditional search like Google to AI search, and using
Mhm.
platforms like ChatGPT, Claude, and Perplexity, and more right now. And this is creating a gap between the users and the brands, and where brands wants to promote their products, where the users are spending most of their time to search and discover.
Mhm.
So at the same time, there are thousands of AI applications that are built on top of these LLM models that are looking to monetize the user by providing the smarter recommendation to them. So this is where AdMesh comes in, and by creating a protocol or a standard where brands can post their products once in our network and can be pulled by any AI application in the world based on the user intent. So this will
Mhm.
add a different source of revenue to their business model, simply like what Google AdMob did for mobile devices, for mobile ad network. We are doing the same for AI native applications.
Hmm. Interesting. So, as far as I could understand AdMesh, so you are actually providing these LLMs out there, like ChatGPT. Let's take the example of ChatGPT. So you are providing ChatGPT a direct interface to all the mid-sized startups, or all the rappers, or all the AI agents who are trying to scale. So
Yeah.
you're providing a direct connection, or you're providing a direct go through to get that information, and post it into ChatGPT responses. Is that the thing?
Yeah, exactly. So currently, since we are just in early stage, we're completely
Mm-hmm.
focusing on the application that are on top of these LLM models. We are not by focusing on these the big companies right now. Yeah, whatever you said is exactly what we're doing. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So let's talk something about the visibility of the brand on the AdMesh network. So let's say some brand puts their collectibles or their details on the AdMesh network. So how are you helping them to achieve the visibility and the search intent that they are looking for. We all know about Google, but how is
Mhm.
AdMesh doing different from Google?
Yeah, that's a great question actually. Yeah. So in today's ad model that we have, even
Mhm.
the most recognized brands are forced to buy their identity back. When I say that, let's say you like a user goes to Google search and search Stripe. uh,
Mhm.
Stripe is a payment platform. So when the user searches Stripe in Google search, the intent is crystal clear. So the user wants Stripe, no, nothing else. So they are not looking to discover another payment platform or anything. They know Stripe, they want to know about Stripe. So that means that the user already made the decision there. And but like when you type in and when you search that, Stripe still shows on the top of the page as a sponsored link. So you'll get the organic link as well as the sponsored link on top of it. Same company, same Stripe, it will be displaying. So that's not discovery, that's more like a rent seeking. So when I say rent seeking means you are renting your own name, your own company name from Google. So
Mhm.
AdMesh wants to change that. So with Google, it's all about visibility. You pay, you show up. With AdMesh, it's all about outcomes. You only pay when someone actually takes an action, like signing up or trying your product. So I'll give you an example. Like let's say someone asks an AI assistant, "What's the best CRM for startups?" So if you do the same query in Google search, Google would show them a list of links, maybe a few ads, and the user must go through all the pages, and brands must compete to see their own name, often like by paying for clicks, impressions that may or may not lead anywhere. So but with AdMesh, we detect the user intent when someone asks this query in the AI interfaces. So we're going to find the user intent behind that, and we're going to return a curated set of recommendation directly into the AI response with complete structured information, feature highlights, and more. So if your product is good fit and you have a good trust score, when I say trust score, every brand will be having their own brand trust score, as well as the
Mhm.
offer they are creating, they'll be having their own offer. For each offer there will be offer trust score, as well as
Mhm.
intent match score. What's your intent, and how we are matching our uh, ads to the query. So we'll be having intent match score. Based on this, we will be having a AdMesh trust scoring. We have our own proprietary trust scoring system that rewards high quality offers and their performance. So not only based on the who just spends the more money. So it's all based on what your brand recognition, what is your offer performance. And by considering all these factors, we're going to show those set of recommendation to the AI assistant. And AI assistant will be showing those recommendation however they want to show. Like we are not going to enforce them. Okay, you have to show this banner ad, we have to show this in a format of video. So that's their we're going to support them how in UI elements however they want to show up. But that's AI applications however they want to show the recommendations in their response. And so products with better conversion rates and stronger feedback, which are very transparent, will be ranked higher, which ensures users get the most of the relevant and trustworthy recommendations. And to keep it fair, we use a trust scoring system that rewards high quality offers and their performance, but not based on just who spends more money. Yeah.
Amazing, interesting. So, do you also have the control uh, over what LLM will be showing at a particular result? So, let's say at AdMesh, you have 10 companies who work in the same area. Let's say there are 10. Let's say there are 10 brands who registered themselves as AI video generator, right?
Mhm.
And and your ad mesh is connected with ChatGPT, and like, someone queries with ChatGPT like, oh, tell me the top five brands of tell me the top five brands which are good for AI video generation, right? So, do you have the control over the response of LLM as well, or is it just the medium to the LLM to get that information, and LLM decides on its own? How
Mhm.
how does that work?
Yeah. When you say do you have the control, so in the context of AdMesh, or in the context of AI application, you will be mentioning
I'm talking about the ad mesh in context of ad
AdMesh.
mesh. Yeah.
Yeah, in the context of AdMesh, yeah, we do have a control of in some context we're going to like we have we're going to provide a prompt to the open router. We are using open router, and open router is used for to choose our, like, any model we want. So let's say in we are using cheaper model Mistral, so we'll be using chat OpenAI API eventually, but yeah, but we are open to use any other model, and that too, the AI application that is going to ask for recommendation, they'll be
Hmm.
having their own choice of like choosing the model as well. So let's say you have a company, and your company is completely using Perplexity, so Perplexity's
Okay.
own model. So yeah, you can tell AdMesh that use Perplexity model to give the recommendations you want. So the more than AdMesh, a application will be having more control over like which model to use, and how their recommendations personalized. So yeah, so yeah, there will be more control to a application than AdMesh.
Hmm. So
Yeah.
ad mesh is just a connection between the LLM information and the existing AI agent or AI application out there. It is just a connection. It is not manipulating the what you say, the response or the output the LLM is generating, right? It is just the medium out there.
In some context, yes, but
Okay.
yeah, we'll be uh, so when the user asking a query, so after we receive the query, we're going to uh, but we are using LLM to find the intent. So what is the user intent? So we are using AI to find the user intent behind the query. So after we
Mm-hmm.
find the intent behind that, we are going to match is there any products that are going to match to users intent. So
Okay.
by finding the intent behind that, we are going to showing the recommendation from our ad network to the AI assistant. So it's not LLM. We're not completely using the LLM response actually. So the assistant AI application, they're going to have their own response, like, they were not going to disturb. Let's say you
Mhm.
in your chart you're asking about best payment gateways for startups. So as usual, it's going to give Stripe or Paddle, or in India Razorpay. So it's going to give that. But what if there is a new startup, and it's working on the same product, they have a better product, they want to be in that response. That's where AdMesh
Mhm.
comes in. So
Okay.
when a application is when a user asks a query, so a application may going to make two calls. One is their, as usual, their LLM call they're going to make, as well as AdMesh call, where they'll be sending the query to us, and we're going to give any match recommendations that helps that query. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. Got
Yeah.
it. Got it.
Yeah.
So let's assume that, suppose since I am the co-founder of AI Pool, so let's say I wish to promote my brand on AdMesh, right? So how does that process work? Tell me a step-by-step procedure. How does a brand registers into AdMesh, and how does that process further works?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty simple. All these onboarding process is going to take 2 to 4 minutes of your time, and
Okay.
So you sign up as a brand and AdMesh, and you will be mentioning your website. If you have your website, you'll be mentioning your website. And so once you enter your website, we're going to pull all the information from the internet, and everything, mostly everything, will be auto populate. If anything, you can change, you can manually customize how your product want to show. And you'll be submit an offer. You'll be defining your conversion rate, so conversion action. Let's say for a pool, let's think about your newsletter.
Mhm.
Uh, you'll there your outcome would be getting a subscription from the user, like the user comes into your newsletter, right? So the conversion action would be a subscription. A reward structure you'll be mentioning, like for some users, whoever the user comes from AdMesh, when we recommend, so you're going to pay this much amount to as a CPA offer. And you'll be mentioning the categories, and the keywords should be matching, whenever, like, should be matching with the user query. So
Mhm.
all is a regular, like normal process that we already have with the traditional ad system. And that's it. You go live, your offer becomes discoverable across AI agents, extensions, no code apps that are integrated with AdMesh. You can track your results via our dashboard right now, and you can see clicks, how many views, conversions, and you can optimize your offer based on the performance. And currently we are running a wait list. So we are onboarding early brands to join us, try out our product. So yeah, I would love to be in allowed I would love AI pool to be in our platform to
Mhm.
try AdMesh.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah,
We'll surely try
yeah.
AdMesh. So, okay, I got the process. I
Hmm.
got how an early brand or an early product product based application or startup can enroll into AdMesh. Let's say
Hmm.
let's take a hypothetical situation. Let's say you want to pitch your idea to a VC or to your audience right now who are watching
Hmm.
this podcast. So, how would you pitch AdMesh to them? Uh, do you have some picturization in your mind or something? So, if you like
Yeah,
to do that, please go ahead.
yeah. That's a great question, actually. Yeah. So yeah, traditional marketing is based on pushing ads, whether it's a banner, a video
Mm,
ad, or a boosted post. The brand is paying to interrupt the user flow. It's mostly CPM or CPC based, meaning you are spending for impressions or clicks, not outcomes. So AdMesh changes this model. Instead of pushing ads, we are focusing on pulling ads. We let AI
mhm,
applications to like GPTs, browser extensions, or apps pull structured offers from brands based on the real user intent behind the query. So let's say, I'll give you a perfect example. Let's say you go on Google and type, I need a simple project management tool. Now suddenly on Instagram, YouTube, Gmail, everywhere you flooded with ads of Asana, Monday, ClickUp. Even if you never
mm,
clicked on anything, just search for it. This is not
right.
smart targeting. It's more like a spray and pray. It's more like a surveillance marketing trying to look intelligent. So that, and the craziest part, those companies are paying every time their ad is shown or clicked, whether you are actually shopping for a tool, whether you actually click on the tool, you want the tool or not. And that's how CPM and CPC waste real money of the brands. So that means that you are renting attention on every surface, hoping someone is serious. So AdMesh wants to
Mm,
change that. If the same user types inside an AI agent, best project management tools for startup under $100 per month, that means
mhm,
that it's very clear, the user intent is clear, and that's a verified intent. We can clearly see the user intent and what they want. Now we show like relevant offers, smart recommendations, and brands will be only paying if the user actually clicks on that, user actually converts. When I say converts, it's a sign up, it's a subscriptions. There won't be any no impressions, no guessing. So traditional marketing rents attention, and AdMesh rewards your intent. So that's what
mm.
AdMesh does.
Interesting pitch. Interesting
Yeah,
pitch.
yeah,
Appreciate it. So if I would go for the complete conclusion of this pitch, it all boils down to the fact that uh, AdMesh is connecting the interested candidate to their ideal product or to their ideal, you can say, ideal AI agent providing service, or their ideal service providers, right? No bluffs, no ad sprayings out there, no any extra, headaches to be handled. Just the right person asking for the right thing, and they are getting that right thing.
exactly. Yeah, so it's completely on session based. So we
Okay.
don't know, we don't need what you did earlier. We don't need what you are going to do later. So whatever you want in that session, we're going to provide. So the current ad system is like, if you go and search, it's fall behind you. Like, you did that, you like
Yeah, it's
you clicked
totally
on
history
that,
based,
you
and
it
yeah.
it's totally history based. Yeah, you'll be seeing that. You just search for one query, maybe like just for information, and then, like, you see that ad everywhere. You don't need that. You make like it interrupts the user flow. Yeah, that's going to be
Hmm.
changing, definitely, when we are since we are moving from the traditional search to AI search. So that definitely going to change.
All right, got it.
Yeah.
So this question popped in my mind. So people have been using the traditional methods of marketing and promotion out there since a very long time, like since the era of internet started till this time. People are still on those traditional methods, which we hear nowadays, the digital marketing side, the SEO and etc., whatnot, right?
Yeah.
So those methods have their own pros, and AdMesh has their own pros, right?
Mhm.
So provide me a comparison between the traditional method, traditional marketing approach, with the approaches offered by AdMesh. How does the picturization look?
Yeah, that's a great question, actually. So, yeah, I just want to say that we don't rely on Google at all. And AdMesh is not built on top of Google search or Google ad infrastructures. We are
Okay.
building a completely independent monetization layer designed for AI native ecosystems. So instead of pushing ads into Google results or piggybacking such keywords, AdMesh integrates directly with LLM interfaces, like whether it's a ChatGPT, Claude, Chrome extensions, or like any no-code tools. So we match the real user intent with offers from brands
Mhm.
in, like I mentioned, a structured, a measurable, and conversion driven way. So our shift is very intentional. So we are not optimizing for clicks or impressions. So we are optimizing for outcomes, verified
Mhm.
actions triggered by genuine queries inside AI.
Uh, so since we all know that the traditional marketing and promotional approaches do have their own pros and cons, right? And as you uh, uh, beautifully described AdMesh over here, it has their own pros. So can you please show us a comparison of, the that with the traditional marketing approaches, the benefits that they bring in versus the benefits that AdMesh brings in?
Yeah, so thanks for the question. So that's a great question, actually. So, yeah, we are first. I want to clarify, we don't rely completely on Google at all. So
Hmm.
AdMesh is not built on top of Google search or any ads infrastructure. We are building a completely independent monetization layer designed for AI native ecosystem. Instead of
Okay.
pushing ads into Google results or piggybacking on search keywords, AdMesh integrates directly into LLM interfaces, whether it's a ChatGPT, Claude, Chrome extensions, or any no code tools. So we match the real user intent with offers from brands in a structured, measurable, and conversion-driven way. And our shift is very intentional. So we're not optimizing for clicks or impressions.
we are optimizing for outcomes, verified actions triggered by genuine queries inside agent environments. In some sense, we are building a post search protocol. Google monetize the keywords, so we are going to monetize the intent of the user.
This actually changes the scenario completely, right? Wherein the traditional marketing and promotional approaches like paid ads and everything stuff like that, you uh,
Mhm.
guaranteed with the results, or you are not guaranteed with the outcomes, right? You have to pay for the complete outcome or for the complete package out there. Whereas when you work with AdMesh, there are very high possibility, or there are 100% possibility that you only have to pay for what for each and every customer that clicks at your end, right? So
Yeah,
you have to click for the action and not for all the uh, campaign and all the outreach that you're doing. That is completely handled by AdMesh.
yeah,
All right.
yeah,
So yeah, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, yeah, no, yeah. So exactly. So uh, since we are moving from like uh, links to language, so when I say links to language, so Google is more like when you ask something. Google has like just started out the Google AI overview, and they're just testing out. But yeah, the traditional model was like. When you ask Google is going to give like multiple links, and when I say language, people are moving from like this LLM models. So you just ask a question, so in the entire session you're going to find everything. So yeah.
Interesting. So tell me something that you told us that AdMesh is not at all associated with any kind of search engine, be it
Mhm.
Google, be it any other search engine. It is independent of any kind of search engine out there. So, what do you feel like? How do you feel the integration of AdMesh and the brands out there? How is it going to work? Like, for example, how are you getting the intent of what I am typing on ChatGPT? So how are you getting that data? How are you getting that intent? Is it the user who is sending it to you altogether, or are you getting it from somewhere else? So what's that equation?
It It's completely the user what is giving us. So only the AI application that joined as agent on our platform, they
Hmm.
are going to send the whatever the user query. So and we are going to filter out like any sensitive information, and then we're going to pass that query to our LLM model, and our LLM model that we choose are like chosen by AI application. Then we're going to find the user intent behind that. Is it informational? Is it commercial? Commercial? So if it's informational, like if the user just want to know like what is that, so we don't need to provide a smart recommendation for that. All we need to do is like give the information that user wants. But if the user want to compare products, discover a product, so that's where like the intent, commercial intent comes. That's where we can recommend the better product to the user. So yeah, in one sense, like I mentioned, we are moving from traditional SEO. But when I say that, I still say that traditional SEO is not dead yet, but at the same time, it's not the main discovery layer anymore. So people are not
Hmm.
browsing search results like they used to. So they are chatting with AI assistants, AI agents, asking ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini for direct answers and product recommendations. So when that happens, a ranking number one on Google doesn't matter as much
Hmm.
as being
Hmm.
chosen by the AI. So that's where
Hmm.
AdMesh comes in actually. So we are not here to like optimize links for crawlers actually. So we help brands show up in the actual answers users get from the AI assistants, not just to be seen, but to be chosen. So when I say that brands only pay when real outcomes happen, and that's when, like, we're not just to be like, we're not just to be seen, like, to be chosen by the AI system.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So since we are on the page of SEO right now, since we just discussed that SEO is not going to end completely, but people are not by far interested in searching anything and finding the solutions out there, right?
Mhm.
So tell me, what do you think is the future of Google search after the protocols like AdMesh uh, come into existence? Do you feel Google search is going to end, or is it something different?
Yeah, definitely there will be change. Google, not like, we can just get to know that by how Google I/O went recently. Google is completely moving towards AIs, and their search also, like, they are completely moving towards AI overviews, and and so I can see there are few key issues with traditional SEO that we have right now, and that would be, it's gameable actually. So like, the current SEO is gameable. When I say that, you can buy backlinks, keywords, or you can use some tricks to rank you up on the top of the results, even if you are not the best product out there. So
Mhm.
uh, and and our current traditional SEO rewards the biggest budget. So whoever has the most resources dominates the ranking. So whether they have the great product or not, like, and especially for smaller businesses that starting out, they might have a better product, but since they don't have mostly financial resources, I say, like, uh, the companies whoever has the biggest budgets, they're going to dominate the rankings. So great new products often don't even stand a chance from them. So that's a, like, drawback. And as well as, the current model is more like, it optimizes for clicks and impressions, not for outcomes. So whether the system rewards the website that gets the most clicks, not necessarily the one that delivers the best user result or best products they want. So, and it's slow and unpredictable as well. So SEO takes months to show results. Currently, AdMesh is also facing that issue. When someone search AdMesh, and
Hmm.
so, it's not showing in the top results. And so we have been trying to, like, from couple of months to fix that, and we are not listed on top of results. So these are all the, like, drawbacks that we have. That will be definitely changing in the next few years.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Interesting. So, with the help of AdMesh, the actually deserving product or the actually deserving brand will emerge out of the caves, and not just the ones who actually have a lot of money to spend on marketing and SEO stuffs like that. It is going to change the concept of marketing forever. It is going to bring the normalization out there, right?
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, so let's head towards. Let's talk something about technical side, right?
Hmm.
So there is this concept of vibe coding floating
Yeah,
all over the internet, right? People are
yeah,
going mad about vibe coding, like they are integrating AI, and AI applications like Cursor into VS Code, and they're uh, bringing a tsunami into the internet. People are going mad
yeah.
about it. So, do you believe that AI systems like Cursor or such applications which can build full stack apps that can fully automate the programming task or the programming processes that exists in the corporate? Because as engineers, we know that building a production grade application is uh, really tough. right? It's not something that an AI application can do currently, but do you feel that this can be done in the near future by AI?
Yeah, so AI is getting good at writing code, that is for sure, but it still can't fully replace human programmers. So
Mhm.
writing code is like only one part of building the software. So we also need to understand what users need, how the product should work, and how to solve the real problems there. So
Mhm.
AI can help speed things up, like by fixing things, maybe writing the basic code or helping the repetitive task, but it still needs a person to guide it, to make the decisions, to connect everything together. So I can say that, AI won't replace developers, but definitely developers using AI will be replacing those who don't actually. And
Mm.
so from the vibe coding, so the let's say, a college student who is studying computer science right now, and if you compare with the senior developers like us, so vibe coding looks interesting right now, but it gets messy when you go deeper into the project. So
Mm.
senior developers know, they already worked on multiple products, they already know, how to fix things up. But the college student who is just starting to learn about these things, they'll just query something, as a magic, the project will be ready within instant. And then, when you ask to make changes to the existing system that they built, and that's where things get complex and messy. Sometimes, you can't even imagine that what is happening. And so even after AI makes the code, someone should be there to review that code, what is actually happening.
Mm.
If you actually don't know what is happening, and you cannot proceed for the next step, next feature, whatever you say. So uh, to understand this, definitely we should be learning programming fast. You should be knowing how the programming works before you wipe code. Only when you know how to program well, that's when wipe coding works in a bigger picture. So in a smaller picture, you just go to platforms like Lovable, like all these platforms. You just give the query, it's going to create the project, that's fine. But things will be very complex when you go further on that. Yeah, I mean, personally, I tried most of all the AI coding editors like Cursor, Gencoder, or Augment Code. So by far, Augment Code is the best code editor for programming, and we are
Okay.
using for AdMesh as well. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
So actually, this question came to my mind because you have been well versed with Java and you have worked into Java programming language, even in your corporate career. So,
yeah,
and we all know that Java is like a very basic building block when you move from the MVP to the production side of any application that you say.
yeah.
So that's why that question.
Yeah.
So let's let's check that if do you believe that so let's frame this question in that way. Since you have such a wide background in you have also worked with corporates and you also work with startups, you have also co-founded and established startups right there. What is that one critical mistake that you believe many startups make that can derail a promising startup out of their goal?
Yeah, that's a great question. Again, uh, so one of the biggest mistakes we made and seen others makes too is building in isolation. So
Okay.
we assume that we know what users want, and but if you're not talking to the users regularly, we are probably off. So we should be in communication with the users regularly, what they want, what they're looking for, how to improve our products. So That's one of the biggest mistake we made, as well as our friends here I see. And another one big mistake is underestimating the go-to market. So the go-to market market strategy should be the first priority. So, and we used to believe that if the product is good enough, people will come and use our product. That's not the case actually in reality. So distribution really matters, and team is another critical one. So if you don't have the right co-founder chemistry, or you just rush to hire more people, it's going to break everything. So no matter how great your idea is. So I believe in small teams, especially when you are just starting out the idea. And I believe that having more people dilutes the work. So when I say dilutes the work, it's going to take more time. The corporate structure doesn't work for the startup. So, and finally, just not being focused. It's it's easy to chase too many things, especially when we are scrappy startup is just starting out. So you can it's common that there might be multiple things you want to focus on, right? But we learned that being clear on what moves the needle makes all the difference. So you should be very focused on what needs to be done right now, rather than focusing on multiple things at a time. Yeah.
Interesting. You should have a smaller team. You should be very careful with what and where are you spending at when it comes to your startup, right? And the next thing is that build in public is the key these days, right? Because
Yeah.
there are multiple platforms where people are eagerly searching around for good content, as far as I believe. And
Yeah.
LinkedIn, I suppose, is one of those platforms where people try to communicate via their work. So built in public can be very possibly good at that platform. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that brings the end to our podcast, Money. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for being on the
Yeah. I
show.
mean,
Yeah,
before we wrap up, I want to leave you with something that's really shaped how I see life on startups actually. So
definitely,
so
definitely.
after moving to US and being here, you should be always ready to change, and we should not post moments, live them fully, and we should learn how to say no, because not every path is meant for you. So people will misunderstand you, and that's okay. So, and ask yourself, when you want to be a startup, when you want to start a company or something, ask yourself a question like, does the world need you, or do you need the world? If you feel like the world needs you, maybe you're meant to build something. If not, be a conscious consumer. So, and finally, there is no real meaning in being the monk in the forest while people are suffering in the city. So true peace doesn't come from escaping the world. So it comes from showing up exactly where the world needs you the most. So these are the principles, these are the life lessons I learned so far, and there are more. And that's what building AdMesh is about for me, not escaping, but stepping in where the change is needed. Yeah,
Hmm. So yeah, that is amazing
yeah,
actually.
yeah,
So
yeah,
can I publicly tell the account where you posted all
yeah.
the
I would love to. I
content
would
there?
love to
Yeah.
share that account. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah,
Okay, so I'll be putting the account link in the description, where Money
yeah,
has actually posted really good quotes out there related to life, related to work out there, and I really love those
yeah,
quotes.
yeah,
So go definitely check out. And thank you so much, Money, for being on the show. And I
yeah,
hope our audience um, would have learned a lot from this conversation, and specifically enjoyed and discovered something new. Uh, with the name of AdMesh today, right?
Yeah.
And before we leave this conversation, I would just like you to say something to our audience, like whatever comes into your mind, to the budding entrepreneurs out there who are trying to hustle out and trying to build something in the airspace. If you would love to speak something about it.
Yeah. Yeah. First of all, thank you so much for having me. This is our first appearance for publicly sharing our idea to AdMesh. And yeah, the one thing I would like to tell everyone is there's nothing to lose in trying. So
Mhm.
if you are thinking to start a company or change a job or anything, just give it thought. Just do it. If you want to start a company, if you are thinking about an idea, and in this era, we are starting companies or having ideas. Uh, like you know, it it's great, and just do it. That's
Okay.
what I'm going to say.
Great,
Yeah.
great, great, great. So, thank you so much for being on the show, and I wish you all the very best for AdMesh and its success ahead. And I definitely believe that AdMesh is going to be a big thing when it comes with its full colors and full power out there. And I wish you all the best for AdMesh and your future endeavors. Thank you so much for being on the show, and we'll see you in the next collaborations or meetings that we have on the AIBROS show with other collaborators as well. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. I would definitely love to be back, and yeah, I wish you good luck on my from my side as well for AI pool, and thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much.